Sean DeSoma, 35 West Street. So I just have a question about the process on the Parks and Rec Committee. Who is the chairman or who heads the Parks and Rec Committee? So my question is, when a recommendation is made and is to follow a process, and a confidential process, and a process that's been laid out, and who's in the room when those decisions are made? So I assume it's the 3 members of the Parks and Rec Committee, and who else in that room? Typically.
Right. It's typically, the Parks and Rec Committee has, the 3 council members, and then we have other people will sit in. Stanley will sit in. Sometimes the DPW people will sit in. Our engineer always sits in. So there's other people in the room.
Who sat in at the last Parks and Rec Committee meeting?
Well, I think we had the DPW folks, Stanley, Christine, and our 3 council members.
Okay, so I guess the question would be, there is a leak out of that committee. My understanding is, I'm just from knowing you and Kathy, I think we posted this today, and despite the fact we disagree a lot, I feel like you're beyond reproach. So my question is, who leaked this to Councilman Dupont, and potentially put the borough at risk for litigation?
Let me.
No, sorry, I would like to finish.
No.
I'm going to finish. I'm going to finish. No, sorry.
Let's let him finish.
Thank you.
I don't know where he's going.
I know where he's going. He's casting aspersions on both Linda and Kathy.
No, not.
I'm sure you are, because you're alluding to the fact that maybe someone leaked on the committee. And
Yeah.
No, because no,
Michael, you know what? I am going to finish. But my issue is, I don't question. My point is, I know Linda and Kathy would never leak that. So my issue is, who else was in that room, and who leaked it to Councilman Dupont? So I'll ask you directly. Who leaked that to you?
No one leaked it to me. I personally read the article at Tri-City News and didn't like or agreed with the opinion of the author of the Tri-City News article.
What, didn't you give a quote to Red Bank Green the other day that said somebody tipped you off?
Yeah, it's Tri-City News.
I'll pull up the quote. No,
Sean.
You can pull up your quote all you want.
Sure.
You can pull up your quote all you want.
Go ahead.
I told you what I did. I read the article with Tri-City News. I didn't agree with I agreed with the Tri-City newspaper. So there you go.
So did you lie to John Ward the other day when you told him you were tipped off?
I don't think John Ward said tipped off. John's right there.
I'll pull it up, but so again, the issue is, it's clear, and you made it very, very clear, that somebody told you about this. So I'm wondering, so you found, you're saying right now, hold on, and you would actually, no, you're not under oath, but if, God forbid, if God forbid we had litigation on this issue. Yes, you do, Mike, you do realize that. You do realize that.
I realize the tactics also that have been used against my running mate, Art Murphy.
And you don't even try. Don't even try.
Sean, you had an opportunity to condemn the tactics that were used. You didn't condemn it, you piled on. And so what I am telling you is that when I read the article with Tri-City News, I agreed with it. Then Dan Jacobson asked if I would share that article with John Ward. I had no problem with that. And that's what was done. So again, if you want to start the silly season early, that's fine. If you want to talk legitimate issues that affect the residents of the borough of Red Bank, I have no problem doing that. It's your choice, but I am telling you that the borough of Red Bank residents deserve better than to come up here and to cast aspersions on the Parks and Rec Committee and to allude to some sort of conspiracy. The fact of the matter is, as I stated my opinion as to what I believe was deficiencies in the proposal.
Were you tipped off by anybody who was in that room? Oh, hold on, wait.
No. I said no.
Okay. And you give the same answer on the road.
Well,
Yeah.
this is not.
I'm just making sure.
Sean, why don't you take the same in reverse and say you did not have anything to do with the video with Art Murphy? Why don't you
Absolutely,
do that?
100%.
Why don't you tell him also that you called me and said, you know what,
100%.
how do we stop this silly season?
Yeah, I did.
Tell him that.
You bet.
And
I'm
why
talking
don't you
about
tell
an
him-
issue.
why don't
And
you
I'm talking
tell
about
him-
you putting taxpayers
tell
at
him
risk
that's
of
right.
litigation.
Right.
Hold on.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Start making sure that
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you putting me at risk, everybody in the rest of your big mouth because it's silly season.
Both of you, no question. You can sit down, Mr. DeSoma. Anybody else?
So the quote is, though there's been no official endorsement of the Jetson plan, DuPont told Red Bank Green he heard that the proposal, dubbed Red Bank Harbor, had won the recommendation of both the Parks and Rec Advisory Committee and 3-member Oversight Committee of the Council. So if you knew that, again, the question is John Ward a liar?
No, he's not lying at all. He said that he heard it. That's what you just read. He said, he told you earlier that he read it in Tri-City News.
Wait, he read in the, where the Tri-City News report that it had gotten the
There was
recommendation.
an article I told you that I read that I agreed with. So Sean, you can twist all the words you
No,
want.
no.
Sean,
I'm
you know what, Sean, if you were most concerned about the liability, I don't care what Red Bank Green said. What I do care with is the residents and taxpayers of Red Bank. And so you can come in and you can,
I know, grandstand, you do this every time.
Let him finish, please.
again, Sean, I realize that it's getting close to election. I
Yeah,
realize
yeah,
that we're
yeah,
going to
you
be
do.
blessed to
It's
have,
pretty clear.
to see your presence on a regular basis. That being said, it doesn't say or it doesn't deny the truth is still the truth. And what I'm saying to you is I voice my opinion.
Is
And that
it the
being
truth?
said,
Have you released a recommendation?
that being said, I voice my opinion because I agree with the article that tries to be.
But the Tri-City News did not report.
Again, I think you believe that everyone doesn't necessarily believe what is written or blogged onto you. Because I
so
see
you're
some
calling
of your
John a
blogs
liar.
and I know.
So you're calling John a liar. He's right here.
Why don't you, again, I'm not calling it that, you know, we can get into that, but again, Sean, I know where you're coming from. I realize that it's not close to election, it's less than 90 days.
So did you or did you not tell Red Bank Green that you had heard that they won the proposal?
Second. All in favor?
Putting everybody at risk, Mike.
Okay. We're adjourned.